Alright, to get this out of the way, I am proposing, again, to present another project, or really the same project, based on the product of my board game, called Unsubdomated Glyphics, which is a dice and combat board game fitted for 2 to 4 people, at least for now. I do plan to make it so that more people can play, but to set limits and expectations, it should be able to function with 2 to 4 people. However, for this project for BCM 215, the board game is not everything. It is merely half of it, as the other half is studying the product of board games and how they got digitized into video/computer games. I will look into what games actually worked being based off of a board game and what didn't. Figure out why, with using research on how people can approach these sort of games or games in general, while applying that own knowledge to my own board game and try to make it as good as possible. All the while, this information will be showcased onto my Twitter and Instagram accounts, which you can find below. So yeah, that's the project. I've explained to it before in another video, as well as my blog post. But as you can see right here, I have completed some cards already, and you can find my dossier for the game in the description. So these cards, rough sketches, but as you can see, it can be a lot better, as the main purpose for it right now is pure game functionality for a basic model, rather than looking good at all. But it serves as something that needs to be improved, which is good. This video actually summarizes what's on the blog, which is also in the description, but just to end it off here, I will mention that I am looking at this project from a historical perspective, a content analytical perspective, and a genre/narrative perspective, all looking at board games and their retrospective aspects to what makes them what they are, and whether that be other board games as inspiration, catering to specific audiences, what type of players made some games famous, how was the digital version of some board games received, did people like it or not, and what's the history on some famous games, as well as their fan base. And as long as some of this information can pertain as an assistance to the development of my board game, then this project will actually come out successful. Maybe I can actually make something out of this project, unlike the previous digital artifacts I've done. But I hope for the best, alright? So, yeah, see ya.